Yo, AV3 Anime, we here. We not gonna be here long, but we are here. I'm checking the mic to make sure we got everything set up correctly. We don't. Yeah. All right, cool. Mic is set up properly. I thought that was wrong. Something felt like it was a little off, but it looks like we fixed it. And I know the camera looks crazy. That's a little bit better. So excuse the chaos we got going on right now. Stream is good. Everything's up. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all. We only have about 2 bars of battery, okay? Because your boy literally has another convention. The reason we didn't get the Monday stream in is because I got stuck, excuse me, in PA, so I couldn't do the Monday stream. But we're here. We're gonna bang out some quick announcements because it's that time of year, so we're starting to get all the major announcements for Anime Expo. But we're gonna bang out some quick announcements before my battery dies, and we're gonna get up out of here. So let's see. Make sure everything is up and running. Okay, yeah, everything's good. I know this isn't my normal streaming night. Well, it used to be. We used to stream on Thursdays. So for those of you who do not know, we'll be in Atlanta, not Atlanta, but Augusta tomorrow for Augusta Anime Fest. That's where our next table is. So we'll be there tomorrow. But let's get into some of these announcements because Anime Expo announced a few different things, but nothing crazy. But there are a few announcements. Um, First of all, this patch thing has always been there. That's nothing new. We're not going to debate that. The patch thing has always been here. Arguably, the biggest announcement that we have gotten so far is that there is a special event My Hero panel. When I tell you the My Hero panel draws a crowd, the crowd that the My Hero panel, like, the line always capped. I mean, look at this 95,000 views on this. This came out an hour ago. 95,000 views in an hour. That's how popular My Hero is. So this will undoubtedly be something that's going to have a huge, huge line. So we're not going to pretend like this won't have a huge line. This will 100% have a huge line. So the My Hero panel. Now we do have a brief description. It's from 10 to 11:20. If you had to guess, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to give a peek at either the trailer for the final season or episode 1 of the final season. Because My Hero's last season debuts in October. So you may actually, what up, Abraham? You may actually be able to see the first episode of the final season at Anime Expo. See you at 7 a.m. in that line. Yeah, we getting closer. We getting closer. We creeping up on that time. We will definitely be there at 7 a.m. Um, so this panel's at 10 o'clock in the morning on the 5th, which is Friday. No, 6. So 5th is Saturday because the 6th is the last day. The 6th is Sunday. So this is a Saturday panel. Saturday is going to be stacked. That has always been the case with Anime Expo, and it doesn't look like that's changing at all right now. What up, Miracle Draws? Saturday is definitely going to be packed, and the My Hero panel being the first real big panel announcement, that's that's different. So we do know that the voice of Deku is going to be there. The English and Japanese voices of Deku will actually be present for the panel. So this is going to be something is going to be packed. So if you're looking forward to going to see My Hero, definitely line up about 2 hours early. I remember when they premiered the movie at the not Two Heroes, the first My Hero movie that they did. Can't remember the name of it right now. But the first movie, the line capped 5 hours before the actual movie. It was capped at 5 hours before. Stop by saying, "What's up? What up, Yuki? We almost there, bro. We a month out. We a solid month out for everybody. So we almost there." Um, again, the voice actor of Deku right here will be at the panel, and the English voice actor of Deku will also be at the panel. Now, this is something that I didn't know about. This is something new. The summer Hikaru died is a new premiere at Anime Expo. So personally speaking, I need to watch the trailer for this. That's one of those long line panels. Yeah, bro. The My Hero panel, long line. Like if you're going to go watch My Hero, no less than 2 to 3 hours, you need to be in line because that one's going to cap. Okay, so before we go a little bit further, let me explain the difference between a long line and a cap line. Most panels will have decently long lines, but you'll still be able to get in. You'll just be at the very back of the line. It'll just be a really long line to get into that panel. A cap panel means that there are so many people in line for it. They have reached max capacity for that room, and they can no longer let anyone else in. That's what a cap panel is. So that does happen with the major panels. So my hero's probably going to get capped. I feel like I saw that movie, the special event in Hollywood a couple years ago, and the director came to talk about it. So this is the North American premiere. So what Ro is talking about is there's sometimes we'll get movies from Japan or things that have actually already been out, but now we're just getting our premiere version of it. So I don't know enough about this. It looks like it's either a movie or a show coming to Netflix. Episode 1, it's a show. So this is a show coming to Netflix. So this panel, I don't know if it's going to be hosted by Netflix or not, but this one's going to be in the Platinum Ballroom July 4th. So this is a Friday panel, 7 p.m. to 8:20. This might be one of the first things to go on my list. I fuck with My Hero. I'm not standing in the My Hero line for that. But this might be one of the first things that actually ends up on my list of things I want to see. Another guest of honor, Mokumo Kurin is a manga creator. Oh, the summer Hikaru died. So this panel relates to this panel. That's usually how it works. Let's see. Chaika Kobayashi, Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise. So I'm wondering if we're going to get an announcement for Hell's Paradise season 2 as well, because from what I understand, that's coming. It was supposed to debut at the end of this year, but it looks like it might have gotten pushed to the beginning of the next year. But Hell's Paradise season 2 is coming. Um, industry appearance, Rei Hikabuchi, another industry appearance. How the pros make anime and manga. So if you're interested in creating your own manga, if you're interested in, doing your own anime, this is kind of the panel for you. This is what we call a Sunday panel. These Sunday panels are mainly informational panels. They're not necessarily premieres. You usually don't get premieres on Sunday. You usually don't get musical concerts or anything on Sundays. Sundays are usually informational panels. So that's why we see this on Sunday. Again, this is one of the artists that's going to be a part of the how the pros make anime and manga. We have another premiere. So they're starting to announce the premieres and they're telling you where the premieres are located. If the schedule doesn't come out next week, I'd be very surprised. Not saying it won't, it hasn't happened before. I mean, there was one time Anime Expo didn't release the schedule till the week before the convention. And sometimes it's 2 weeks before. But generally speaking, it's usually that first week of June we get the schedule. So there's a chance that the schedule comes out next week. If not, then it's literally a matter of days before we get the schedule after that. Because we're all counting down to when the schedule will be here. Also counting down to when the battery will die. So we're gonna try to get through as many of these premieres and things as possible. We'll see what battery life is left. That's definitely my kind of panel. Yeah, I figured you would go hit that one up. All right, U.S. premiere screening announcement. This is Umasami Pretty Derby, beginning of a new era, July 6th, 1:45 to 3:45 p.m. Okay, so this is a special screening of this. Here's what I do personally when I'm looking to see if it's an anime I want to watch now or if I want to wait and catch another panel. The Pretty Derby thing comes out July 6th. And if you notice, this says the U.S. premiere screening. When now is Pretty Derby on our summer anime list? If it is, when is it coming out? As far as I can tell, none of these are that Pretty Derby thing. Not seeing Pretty Derby anywhere. Okay, so based on the fact that I don't actually see that on the summer anime list, that means the premiere that we would be watching would be of something that wouldn't come out for a little while longer, like at least another season or so. That's kind of what I base a lot of what the panels I go to on is if the anime or manga, whatever, if whatever it is coming out that day or that week, I might wait on it. But if it's not coming out at all, and there's going to be months or sometime in some cases almost a year before the actual anime drops for everyone, those are usually the types of panels I go to. So this panel is something that is going to be a premiere screening. You're not going to be able to see this thing for a new, for a couple of months probably. So this type of panel, definitely will check out. Not me. This ain't about me at all. Not into Pretty Derby. For those of you who do not know, I think Pretty Derby, the girls, they're not riding horses or anything. They're actually the racers. So that's not my kind of thing, but I respect it. There might be a One Punch Man panel, by the way, because Greg Chun is going to be there. So, the voice of Saitama is going to be there. When you start seeing multiple actors, voice of Saitama again from One Punch Man, Sakamoto Days. So when you start seeing multiple actors from the same anime or whatever, that's usually a sign that they're going to do a panel for that anime. Genki Ito, Masake Watanabe, Waifu Wars game show. They've done Waifu Wars a couple years in a row. This is also a Saturday night panel at 8 p.m. Christina V, Kira Buckland. I think we are almost all the way caught up. AX Dance announcement, day one, July 3rd, for workshops and stuff like that. Um, they have the dance thing up here. Dance parties. Okay, here we go. 18 plus AX Dance is going to be on the 4th and 5th. Oh, 4th through 5th. So it starts at 10 p.m. Friday and goes till 2 a.m. Saturday. Carrying. And then we have different cosplay judges and cosplayers. And we talked about the Faku panel last week. So we are officially all caught up on the announcements for the week. There were a lot of big things coming. We're not too far away from the schedule. The schedule's got to be almost done. And this is in the AX main events hall. So that's Peacock Theater. So Peacock Theater is actually the main events hall this year. Oh, everyone's been wondering how they're going to use Peacock Theater, but I guess that's how they're using it. They're using Peacock Theater as the main event room, which means a lot more people will be able to get access to go check things out because Peacock Theater is huge. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, like I said, it is super late. I have a convention tomorrow. I really wanted to get these announcements out to you guys because I didn't want to delay. But when it comes to other things, Monday we're going to be back on schedule. It looks like the chat got disconnected. My signal might have dropped out for a second. I apologize if the signal dropped out for a second, but we're back and like I said, several levels of seating there. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it was super. It's enough space in there. Now, again, I have a con that I have to drive to in the morning, so I'm not going to stay up. I am going to actually get off and go to sleep and stuff. Um, but I am going to be back Monday. Monday, we're going to start getting into streaming a lot more the next 2 weeks. I use the main hall as my charging station. That's crazy. But next 2 weeks, we're going to be streaming a lot because I expect a lot of major announcements. I expect the schedule to drop. So we're going to be doing a lot of streaming next week, multiple days, and getting through all the Reddit questions that I haven't been able to get to in the past week. And there are a ton of Reddit questions. So I'll see you guys Monday. Again, I won't be posting anything this weekend, but Ro will be happy to know I shot a mini vlog using our new wireless microphones. So that will be posting next week as well. So you guys will get a vlog posted next week, and you guys will be getting live streams next week. So thank you for being here. Sorry everything was so short tonight, but I actually do have a con to get to in the morning. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you later. See you next video.